breakdown or something. I don't know. That might be the mental breakdown I'm having. Let's go over the homework, if you don't mind. Let's go over the homework before I mark it out. It was so tough, hard, crazy. All right. What page, or what was it?
3.6.
3.6. Let's go to 3.6. All right. Someone catch the lights for us, please. Problem number 1. Is there any questions about problem number 1? Yep. Okay, let's do it. So I'm going to first kind of draw just a sketch. So 3,6 is this point, and then we have this line, -1, up 1, right 2. Don's here?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, it's Eugene. That's racist.
Don, they said you were outside playing with matches.
Yeah.
Did you run out?
Yeah.
All right. So this is what we're trying to figure out. How far is this distance here? Right? Okay. Find the distance between the point 3,6 and the line 1/2 by the following procedure outlined in the steps. Find the equation of the line through 3,6 perpendicular to that. Okay, so this equation here was y equals 1/2 x minus 1. So the slope of this is 1/2. So the perpendicular slope is going to be -2. Agree? And then we want this also to contain this point. So I'm going to use my point slope equation. So I have y minus 6 equals -2, x minus 3. Everything's being in slope-intercept form, so let's just solve things. Y minus 6 equals -2x plus 6. So y is equal to -2x plus 12. Okay. Find the equation. So that's letter A. This is A's answer. B, solve the system of equations created by the original line and the one you found in part A. Okay. So my original equation is this. And my new one that I just figured out is this. So we could, excuse me, hiccups. We could set the two equal to each other, I believe. Let's clear the fractions. Subtract that, I get -5x. And subtract that, so we get -26. Is that right? Am I doing that math right? So x equals 26 over 25. Did I do that right? Am I good? Did I solve that right? I feel it. Oh, no? Did I? If I multiply, okay. So this equals this. If I multiply everything by 2.
Wait, you didn't multiply. Oh, wait, yes, you did.
Did I get that right? Is it yours matches mine? Yeah. I just didn't want to have a fraction, but I guess we do. So that's all right. Let's see. So my x component is 5 1/5, which is the same thing as 5.2, right? So I want to solve my equation. So I'll take one of the ones I found. So I'll do this. So I get y equals -2. There was an x there, but I'm going to put 5.2 in instead. So -2 times 5.2. I need, if you have a calculator, help me out.
10.4.
So -10.4 plus 12 gives me y equals, is that 1.6? Is that right? Okay. Solve the system found in part A. We solved it. So this is the answer to letter B. Find the distance between 3.6 and the point of intersection you found in point B. Okay, so that's my point of intersection, and then my original point was 3.6, right? So then I'm going to figure out the distance from here to 3.6. So my distance equation is this. And let's plug in what we know. So again, you need a calculator for this. It doesn't matter which way you label it, x1, y1, x2, y2. All right, so I have 3 minus 5.2 quantity squared plus 6 minus 1.6 quantity squared. Distance equals root. That's going to be, what does that come out to? 3 minus 5.2. Is that negative 2.2 squared? Calculator time? What's 2.2 squared? Anybody?
4.84.
4.84 plus 6.6 minus 1.6, that's going to be what, 4.4? What is 4.4 quantity squared? 4.4 quantity squared?
19.36.
19.46?
36.
36. If I add 4.84 and 19.36 together, I get what? 24 what? 0.2, and the square root of 24.2 is 4.92 or 4.9. And right, 4.92. So 2 decimals. There you go. That's the distance. So that right there, that 4.92 is this distance right there. Okay? So we kind of walk you through it. Okay, repeat the above process to find the distance between point negative 2,4 and y equals 2x plus 2. So we're doing the exact same thing. So let's mimic the process. So let's draw for number 2. You guys need me to do this one? No?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. So I have this point, and then I have this line. Does it go through that point? Okay, so that's just a little tiny distance here, right? You're trying to figure out that little tiny distance right there. Is that right? So let's do what they said. Let's find the equation. So the little tiny, let's figure out what this equation is. Okay, so I know that this equation here is y equals negative 2x plus 2. So this has a slope of negative 2. So the perpendicular slope is going to be 1 over 2. Did I make that right? Let's figure out that linear equation. So then I'm going to use the point negative 2 comma 4. So use my point slope formula, which is this. So I'm going to get y minus 4 equals half x minus, or x plus 2. Did I do that right? So y minus 4 equals half x plus 1. So y equals half x plus 5. So then I'm going to take this and this and set it equal to each other. So negative 2x plus 2 equals half x plus 5. Let's multiply everything by 2. Let's bring that over. That's 5x over here equals negative 6. So x equals negative 6 over 5. So that's negative 1.2. What should I do with that negative 1.2 to find the y component? Plug it in. Pick either one. Pick either here or here. Doesn't matter. So I'll pick this one. So y equals negative 2 times 1.2 plus 2. y equals 4, yeah. 2.4 plus 2. Y equals 4.4. Did I do that right? Did I do that right? I don't know. Help me out.
Yeah, you did.
Okay. So then we want to find the distance between this and this point. Okay, that was the original one, right? Okay, so x1, y1, if you have a calculator, keep it out, please. y2. So y equals x2 minus x1, quantity squared, plus y2 minus y1, quantity squared. Good? Which is going to be x2, I had negative 2 minus plus 1.2 plus y2 is 4 minus 4.4 quantity squared. Extend page. What is that? That's negative 0.8 squared plus negative 0.4 squared. So that is 0.64, thank you.
Why didn't you make this on the test?
Yeah. And that's what, 0.16? So that's 0.64 plus 0.16, and I think we're going to lead you these to do it as well. Step 1, step 2, step 3. That's 0.8. Is that right? Square root of 0.8 is what? How much?
0.89.
0.89 is what it comes out to? Square root of
Yeah.
0.8 is?
I don't know why I did that. That's what I got. See, wait, could you like, for like 0.64, could you just like look at that as a square?
You can't take the square root of just the part. You have to do the addition first. It's not, you're not multiplying together.
Oh, so if it was multiplying, then you could do that.
What's the square root of 0.8?
It says 0.89.
How much?
It says 0.89.
0.89? Is that right? So remember I said the distance is small, right? Is 0.89 kind of small? I mean, look at our picture. We're finding this little distance here. Would that make sense? I hope. Okay. Huh. Find the distance between. I'm not going to worry about number 3. I'm not going to give you one. I'm only going to be between a point and a line. I'm not going to give just 2 points or 2 lines. Excuse me. On the test.
Can we do
4.
4?
It's the exact same thing. It's the exact same thing. So let's not stress it too much, because it'll be the distance between a point. So what we just did is what we will see on the test, and we'll lead you through. You guys okay with 5, A, B, and C?
Yeah.
Number 6, you should be okay with. I hope. C. Yeah. 6C. We are given 1/2 x plus 3y equals 18. We want to have the equation that's perpendicular to that, so let's solve this for y. And then multiply everything by 3. 54. Divide? Yeah. Oh, shoot. Thank you. I was so proud of myself to multiply 3 times 18 quickly. I didn't do the problem right. There you go. So our slope is this. So our perpendicular slope would be this. take my perpendicular. What?
18 divided by 3 is 6.
Okay. And again, yeah. Oops, sorry. Did I get this one right? Divide that. Yes, that one's right. So you're right. Unfortunately, you are absolutely correct, but that it doesn't really have any meaning up for the rest of the problem. Yes, I did divide it incorrectly, but it wouldn't help. So now we're going to go x1, y1, and plug in y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. So I get y minus 10 equals 6, x minus 12. They probably have it worked out, don't they? 6x minus 72, y equals 6x plus 62, or minus 62, plus negative 6, or negative 62. That should be a negative. This is a negative sign right here. That's a negative sign. Now you ain't gonna do, what's that sign right there? It's negative. We good? Solid. All right, let's do this. This is gonna help us on the review, and I'm not gonna collect that homework today. Why don't I mark it off tomorrow? And that might give you enough time to study over that. Feel pretty good about it. All right, we are gonna work on these 4 problems. I want to work on these 4 problems together.
Boy, are you stupid? It's Wednesday. Goodness. What are you thinking? Let's go right now. I don't care if you're like, let's go right now. Let's go right now.
All right. Problem number 1 on your worksheet. Let's kind of go through it together, see what we do. So I think it's important. I think it's important that we look at the graph and graph it. So let's plot our point. So 1, 2, and then our graph. So looking at our graph, we're trying to figure out this distance here. Does that look like a large distance or a small distance? Small. So if we get an answer that's smaller, if we get some answer that's like 97, we screwed up. Right? I'd say that's a pretty small distance there. Okay, so what's my next step? Yeah. Find perpendicular slope. Good. So let's figure out the perpendicular slope. So the slope of our original is 2. So what's my perpendicular slope? Negative 1 over 2. Good. Then I have y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Right? And this is going to be x1, y1, so let's figure out our linear equation. So, figure it out. Now what? Because I want to find the equation of this line right here. Because the closest line, or closest, the line that's closest to the point in the line is the line that's perpendicular. So the linear equation of this green line is right here. The linear equation to our, this red line is the black one. So now we have to solve. So what we're doing at this point is now I'm figuring out where these intersect each other. And where they intersect each other is going to be this point. And then we can find the distance between these 2 points. That's all the math that we're doing. Okay? So let's set the two equal to each other. So I have 2x minus 3 equals negative half x plus 5 over 2. I like to clear the denominator, so multiply everything by 2. That's what, 5x? And that's what, 11? X equals 11 over 5, which is the same thing as 2.2. Agree? That's the x component of right here. So what's the, how do I find the y component of that line right there? Now let me ask you all this. Is the y component going to be both on the red and the purple line? Yeah, so I could plug it into either equation. Plug it into the simpler of the two equations, which is, this is simple right here, right? Bless you. Is that 1.4 then? So this point, this is the point of intersection of the two perpendicular lines to each other. Again, a point, and the closest a point can be to another line is by the line that's perpendicular. So that's what we were looking at. So now what I'm going to find the distance between. What am I going to find the distance between? Distance formula. So I'm going to use my original point and this point of intersection. So I have 1, 2, and that, and I'm going to label it. So x1, y1, x2, y2. Talk to me.
Do we have points for like the steps that we do? Will it be like each of those?
Yeah, there'd be gradual progressive points. So if you made an error like on step B, but you carried it through and did the math right, that could be good. You know, it could be like a 5-point problem. You miss like one on part B, so you can still get a 4 out of 5 on it as long as you carry through.
So it'll be like proofs.
Kind of like proofs, yeah. But I won't necessarily have it as proofs. Okay, distance formula is going to work for us, yes? That's 4 plus 0.36. 0.80. Is that right? And what's the square root of 1.80? 1.34? So let's think about this. Let's go back to our original problem. Would this seem to be a 1.34 distance? You think that could be accurate? Well, from here to here is probably a scale of 1. Yeah, that's just a smidge bigger. Sweet. That's how we do the problem. Okay, try number 2 on your own. I will gradually put steps up there, so double check your steps. Cool? Can I move off this board, or is anyone still copying it?
And we can use calculators on the test, right?
Everyone else but you.
Okay. Perfect.
You have to use your fingers and toes, and I'll give you tables that are square root tables, but it'll be good.
Can I get those little like blue bricks?
Yes. The blue Legos, we'll get them Legos. You can just sit there and play. Look, I made a car with a character. I loved Legos. I still love Legos. If I didn't teach, I'd want to work for the Lego company. That's as far as I can go without calculating. And guys, I have some more of it down here. So that's down there. Are you guys agreeing with my work so far?
Hold up.
Holding up.
Way up. And I feel like two. Blessed.
Can I find the distance yet?
I think I'm.
Yo, Ben, did you finish?
Wait, how did you get 2.8? Because I got 2.4.
14 over 5.
And I got 12 over 5.
Did I make an error?
I have the same thing you do.
I got 1.79 as my final.
Okay.
Sorry, keep it going. What are you doing?
I'm doing better.
I think did you see your error?
Oh, yeah.
Can you chill? Can you chill?
1.7.
Can you chill? Can you chill? Can you chill? Hi, YouTube.
Did I do my math right so far?
Yes.
Yeah,
that's it. And then you've got
what does that come out to?
3.2, and then that's 3.2.
3.2?
Yes.
I got it. And then what's that answer?
1.79 rounded.
Sweet. What do you think?
Easiest.
Kind of a lot of steps, but if you follow the sequence, okay? So we're saying that the distance is 1.79 rounded to 2 spots between here and here. What do you think? I know I don't have the best grid, but can you justifiably make right around 1.79 that distance? Yep. Yo.
So wait, when you have all your points, how do you decide which one is x1 and which one's x2?
It doesn't matter. No matter what order you put it in, because you're finding the difference between those and squaring it, so it's always going to be positive because you're squaring it. So it doesn't matter x1, x1, y1, x2, y2, flip flop them however you want. Just don't go x1 minus x2 and then y2 minus y1. That might goof things up too much.
So you could have gone 2 minus 2.8.
And 8 minus 6.8. Absolutely. Yep. Should come out exact. How are we feeling? If you're agreeing with my answer, try that one on the back.
Wait, 3 or 4?
Let's do 3 first. Can I clear this board?
Yeah.
So I'll go along kind of quick. I'm going to try and squeeze as much as I can up on one board. Yeah, I'm going without a net now. Watch out. That's where I make errors. Don, what are you singing?
It's Eminem Lose Yourself. Mom, spaghetti. He just vomited on his sweater already. Mom, spaghetti. But it's a drop mom spaghetti. Mom spaghetti. Mom spaghetti.
All right. It's Mr. Sturp's math.
Can you
Might not be
play that
mom's
song?
spaghetti.
You need to stop. I swear. I saw you.
This is why you
No homo, but like, hurry up.
Did I get that point right? That point right there? Did I do that right? 1.8, comma 0.6? 0.4, did I goof?
Yeah, I got 0.4.
is 3 times 1.8 5.4?
Yes.
And then 5.4 minus 5 is 0.4, right? Oh, jeez. 0.4. So that's then 0.4. Sorry about that. Is that what you got? Is that worked out?
1.8. It's 1.9.
Did I do that wrong, or is that right?
That's right.
Congratulations. You played yourself. Congratulations. You played yourself. Oh.
How much do we round to on the
Congratulations.
It'll either be 1 or 2 decimals. I haven't seen it yet, so.
This is negative 0.
All right.
Mr. Stirrup,
Yeah.
do you know any rap songs or hip hop?
Please,
I do.
do you know Drake? Come on, break
What's
it down
1.8
for us.
squared?
100 squared, 3.8
3.24?
plus 0.36. That comes out to be 1.90 rounded to 2.
It comes out to what?
1.90 rounded to 2.
1.90. So that distance there is 1.90.
Wait, I did not.
Yeah, I didn't get that either.
No?
So like, I mean, that's basically it, but like.
Do you agree with the 3.24 plus the
It's
0.036?
basically.
Okay.
So then,
And then what is 3.24?
11.
What is 3.24 plus 0.036?
Guys, be quiet.
3.6.
How much?
3.6.
3.6. And then the square root of 3.6 is
1.897.
what? 1.897.
So that's
So which rounds to 1 decimal of 1.9. Okay, cool. Huh. And on the test, it'll probably be either 1 or 2 decimal places. Huh? That's 3 places, which I've then made to 1.90. That would be perfect. Yeah.
do you know what time this class is?
2 minutes. All right, so boys and girls, why don't we say we work on number 4 for tonight?
Okay.
Deal?